Hello, music friends. I'm Sister Barrett. I'm a missionary for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and a big thank you goes to my husband who is running the camera for us right now. This is a slightly more advanced lesson, and hopefully if you're watching this, you have contacted me in some way and you have access to the manual that we're going to be using. This comes from a Learn the Piano manual, which we found in a storage closet here at our church mission office. And it does give missionaries and the missions for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints permission to copy this and to spread this to people. So this is what we'll be using, and I hope you will have a copy of this, and I will send it to you directly if I know that you're wanting this. Okay, we're going to start with some of the more advanced exercises here. Advanced is still fairly easy, but advanced compared to some of the other music classes that you might have received from me in the past. Okay. We're going to start with some warm-ups. Warm-ups are what we do to help get our hands and fingers warm. Their whole purpose is to improve eye-hand coordination and to get comfortable with what we see on the paper. Often with a warm-up, we will have a repeated pattern that we start at one step, and then we move up to the next step, then do the same pattern up to the next step, and so on up and down the keyboard. And then this is what this first exercise is. It's not meant to sound like a pretty song with a melody. It is just an exercise, an activity to get your fingers moving and to get your eyes and your hands and your brain all working together. Okay, this is page 45 from your manual here. It is called Exercise 1 Advanced. So you can come on over and look at this. We're going to be moving up and moving down. We have 3 beats in every measure. We have the exact same rhythm for every single line. 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3. We're just going to start on a C. Then the next measure moves up to a D. Both hands are in unison, up to an E, then an F, then a G, then an A. And they give you a little star here, meaning just to let you notice we've switched from bass clef with your left hand up to treble clef. So just read both hands in treble clef at the same time. The first time you do it, it might be a little tricky, but after you do it a time or two, it's super easy. You've just really gone from an A in bass clef, and then we have a B. So it's just the next note up, and we're continuing our pattern. We've gone from an A to a B and then up to a C. Then you learn back at your music. As we come back down, we've been going down F, E, D, C, B. And now it's getting too many ledger lines to go lower, so we're going to switch back to bass clef there. Our pattern was up a G for the first note of the measure, then an F for the first note of the next measure, and now we just have an E. So the pattern continues, we just switched our clef. So I'm going to play this through for you once, and you can just listen. And my husband will go back and forth by looking at the music to looking at the keyboard. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3, and oh, really quick before I get any more, we've got this nice curved line, which is a slur as a reminder, which means this whole thing, every measure is going to be smooth. Little break, smooth. Our slurs, our curved note lines are meant to be played smoothly. So one more time, sorry. Ready, go. 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, and 1 and 2 and 3, and 1 and 2 and 3, and 1 and 2. Change clef, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2. Now we're going to come down. 1 and 2 and 3. Switch to fingers. Switch your fingers. 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3. You'll notice on the way up we did 1 and 2 and 3. Then we just shift our whole hands up, shift our hands up, shift our hands up. And then on the way down, we were here. Shift our whole fingers down. So we're just shifting up and down. And that's your first exercise. So go ahead and practice that right now. If you need to do your hands separately, you can do that. 1 and 2 and 3. But eventually put your hands together. Great, now we've got 2 songs for you. This first one is on page 20 of the manual, and it is called Song Number 6. It's going to review what a sharp is. Remember that sharp symbol looks like a hashtag or a number sign, means to play the note. Usually it's a black note or black note just to the right or just higher than the note you're on. So here's a regular F, and there's an F sharp. And as a reminder, here we have in our music, we have an F sharp, And the rule is that the sharp continues throughout that whole measure. So this is not a regular F, that's an F sharp, and this is also an F sharp. But if we want this one to be an F sharp, we have to rewrite it once we cross a bar line. So the sharp symbol is good for any F in that whole measure, okay? So in this position, we have our third finger is going to start on F sharp, then our second finger there, and we have our fifth finger down and left hand starting on a D. This is a pretty song. Let's clap the rhythm together. Let's clap the right hand first. 1, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, and 2, and 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay, let's look at left hand now. That's what it's gonna sound like. 1, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now let's put them together. I'm going to clap the rhythm right here, both hands together. You clap the rhythm along with me at home. Hopefully you'll have printed this page out before you do this. Then you can look at the page and you will tap the right hand rhythm with the right hand and tap the left hand rhythm with the left hand. Shall I put them up here so we can see? Okay, 1, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3. Good. So now go ahead and put our hands in position. If you need to do your right hand and left hand separately when you're at home before you practice this, please do so. But I'm going to play it for you so you can see how they fit together. Okay, left hand thumb on a, fifth finger on a D, right hand third finger on that F sharp. I'll play it once nice and slow for you to hear, then once a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3. And this is what it will sound like when it's played up to tempo. 1, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. 1 and 2 and 3 and 1, 2, 3. Good. Go ahead and practice that. Right hand separate, left hand separate, both hands together. Welcome back. We're going to skip ahead to song number 8. We're going to introduce the concept of an interval. You might or might not have heard this concept already. We measure the distance between just about anything in life. We use terms to help us know how far apart things are in life. In music, the word we use how we measure distance is called interval. So interval is the distance in tone between two notes. So if you look at a piano keyboard, from one note to the next is a 1 and a 2, that's a second. Then 1, 2, 3, that's a third. 1, 2, 3, 4, that's a fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that's a fifth. I'm out of fingers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, stretch 6, that's a sixth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's a seventh. And a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that's an eighth. Or you can also call that an octave. So C to C is an octave. So we will point out more the different intervals. I will have some songs for you in the next week or two that have more intervals. But when you see intervals written in music, here we have an F to a C. So it's a line to a line with a line in the middle, the line between them. When you see that, that's a fifth. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So F to C is a fifth. And it has that sound that's a nice kind of solid beginning or ending sound. If you look back up the music here, we've got a B flat and a C, those together. Those are 1, 2, that's a second. Sounds kind of like honking horns or something kind of blaring, kind of ugly. But it's got a purpose in music. It kind of makes you want to go somewhere. Here we have what's called a third. It's in line to a line. This is A to B to C, A to C, 1, 2, 3, that's a third. So a third looks like a line to a line, or it could also be a space to a space, and it has that sound. Then we're back to our fifth with that sound, kind of a wider, kind of more open sound. Then our seconds again, and our thirds. Let's play our left hand together. 1, 2, ready, go. Fifths, 2, 3, 4. Fifths, 2, 3, 4. Seconds, 2, 3, 4. Thirds, 2, 3, 4. Fifths, 2, 3, 4. Fifths, 2, 3, 4. Seconds, 2, 3, 4. Thirds, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now we're going to let our right hand play. The melody, or excuse me, the rhythm is pretty straightforward. Just a nice little mixture of quarter notes and half notes. So I will play it as we go, as we talk out loud. You're going to start with your third finger on A. 1, 2, ready, go. A, G, F, G, A, 2, G, 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 2, A, C, C, 2, A, G, F, G, A, G, G, A, G, F, 2, 3, 4. And if you happen to know any American nursery rhymes or folk songs, this is Mary had a little lamb, little lamb. If you don't know it, look it up on YouTube and you can sing along and learn it. And if you already know it, that's great. So we're going to put that all together. Before we do that though, take a minute now, turn off the camera, practice your right hand by itself, and practice the left hand by itself. Okay, welcome back. I'm going to put them together. Left hand, F and C. Right hand, A. 1, 2, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can go super fast or super slow, whatever you want. It's kind of fun to play fast if you don't have a reason not to. Go ahead. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. But before you're ready to play fast, usually you have to practice slow. So let's practice once nice and slow. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is it for today. Make sure you practice that one separately. Right hand, left hand. So my suggestion for you is to, whatever songs you're working on, play each song between 3 and 5 times a day, and play it 4 or 5 times a week, 4 or 5 days a week. And then you'll be ready for your next lesson. And I'll try to upload these about every week so you can move on to something new every week. Okay, have fun practicing. Music is a wonderful thing. Bye-bye.